Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk everything Vietnam. Okay, so in this video, I hope to give you somewhat of an idea of what to expect on your Vietnam trip. From places to visit, sights to see, foods to try, a couple of interesting facts thrown in, and a whole lot more. Things you will need: passport, travel visa, some camera gear, and I guess all that other stuff people usually take. The trip begins at the capital of Vietnam, Hanoi. Hanoi is an incredible place to visit and is the starting point of most travellers. With a population just shy of 8 million, Hanoi is the second largest city in Vietnam. Hanoi, meaning lake or the city by the lake, is broken up into 9 provinces. Exploring Hanoi's bustling streets, you will notice an abundance of both French and Chinese inspired architecture. This is due to both countries having successful campaigns and ruling over Vietnam with an iron fist in the past 1,000 years. I did find the air quality in Hanoi was pretty bad compared to Australia anyway. I'm an asthmatic as well, so I do definitely advise getting one of these little face masks. You can pick them up at any chemist. Also, Ventolin was really easy to pick up. Another popular place to check out is Ho Chi Minh Lake, a much needed reprieve from the otherwise chaotic traffic. The streets surrounding Ho Chi Minh Lake are closed off to traffic on the weekends, giving you time to immerse yourself in all local culture. It is a hotspot for local Vietnamese people, especially families. With 6 million scooters and 500,000 cars, Hanoi's traffic never sleeps. Hanoi's nightlife is something that has to be seen. With a multitude of interesting things to do and places to eat, lively bars, pop-up markets and delicious traditional street food can all be found between Ho Chi Minh Lake and the Old Quarter. Foods that are essential to anyone's Vietnamese experience are banh mi, pho, and any of the mouth-watering fruit smoothies. After spending several days in Hanoi, we make our way to Ha Long Bay, about a 3.5-hour bus ride further north. Ha Long Bay is a World Heritage listed UNESCO site. 1,600 limestone islands reach through the azure waters in Vietnam's northeast. Tourists are greeted with these amazing seascape views after only a short cruise aboard one of the many chartered cruise ships, known locally as junks. A popular place for tourists is Sung Sut Cave, located on Bo Han Island. Sung Sut is Ha Long's largest open-air cave. A loose English translation is Super Awesome Giant Cave. The Ha Long Bay sunrise is definitely worth getting up for. A tranquil way to start your morning before the day's activities commence. It is well worth spending at least 1, if not 2 nights in Ha Long Bay, giving you time to discover what an unbelievable place Ha Long Bay truly is. After staying overnight in Ha Long Bay, we head back to Hanoi. Hours later, we jump on an overnight bus heading for Sapa, tucked away in Vietnam's northwest mountain range. Coincidentally, the night we left Hanoi, Vietnam won the gold in the Southeast Asia soccer game. The Golden Dragons stormed to a commanding victory 3-1. It's a wild thing to see hundreds and thousands of people out in Hanoi's streets celebrating the country's victory. So unlike the rest of Vietnam, Sapa is actually quite cold. Going from Hanoi, which was mid to high 20s, Sapa overnight can get below 0 degrees, so I just packed in one of these puffy jackets, folds up into something that small, didn't take up too much room in the case. Sapa is located in the country's northwest, close to the Chinese border, and is famous for its rice terraces. A popular destination with hikers for its rugged scenery, fresh mountain air, and is a perfect reprieve from the busy streets in Hanoi, giving tourists a more rural taste of what Vietnam has to offer. Sapa contains many of the country's ethnic minorities, giving the region a distinct and unique cultural experience. I can highly recommend doing an overnight homestay experience. This will give you a taste of how the Hmong people live their self-sustaining lifestyle. Both days consist of guided trail hikes on trails that have been worn into the hillside. These trails can be quite steep and slippery in parts, so I can recommend a decent pair of shoes. As we hike through several small villages, we see demonstrations of century-old agricultural and traditional dressmaking practices. So here's just a montage of our intrepid bicycle tour. So we took 2 weeks to travel down the east coast of Vietnam. I will be making a much longer and more detailed video, but here's just a sneak peek.
job, guys. Ew.
Ho Chi Minh is Vietnam's largest city. With over 9 million people, it is a popular tourist destination. The 21st century skyline now graces Ho Chi Minh. Towering skyscrapers, rooftop bars, and a booming economic and educational sectors now stand where a once war-torn landscape stood merely decades ago. Tourists will sample a fast-paced lifestyle fueled by that supercharged Vietnamese coffee. This will get you on your tippy toes, ready to do battle with the millions of scooters and their casual approach to the road rules. Hints of French colonial landmarks still stand, surrounded by a feverishly paced construction boom. Popular with sightseers, Ho Chi Minh's War Remnants Museum is definitely worth a look. Authentic military vehicles litter the grounds surrounding the main building. A war spanning 20 years and a death toll far exceeding 1 million is well documented within the halls of the museum. But it is the thousands of photos, paintings and other visual aids that leave the greatest impression upon viewers. Heroic and horrifying stories will leave you in a somber mood as you discover just what humanity is capable of during war. We spent our last full day cruising the Mekong Delta on boat, kayak and bike. The day was spent exploring the maze of rivers, floating markets and the traditional architecture. A rich biodiversity can be found here. The Mekong Delta is made up of 12 provinces and covers an area of over 40,000 square kilometres. Life in the Mekong Delta all revolves around the water. With boats being the main mode of transport, the Mekong Delta is Vietnam's most important fishing region. We spend a final night back in Ho Chi Minh City, looking over the bustling streets. As always, please consider subscribing, liking or commenting on the video. I hope to bring you guys a lot more content in the near future.